Hello people, it's Blitz here. Welcome back to a new episode of Planet Coaster. It's Wild West, part 9. In this episode we will get that skull made and have some fun trying to make it. So basically, I thought I need some sort of reference to a skull. So I banged out Google, got about 20 pictures of skulls on my screen to the left. And I got the skull as well from the inventory, the one that was in the utilities in the scenery items somewhere. It comes under the stones category if you try to find it. I thought, okay, I need to try and make some sort of shape. I thought, okay, you've got to try and make some round block. And I thought, okay, I know you use a terrain tool, but we usually just bang out mountains in 30 seconds. I thought, okay, try to do some sculpting, that's a different matter altogether. I actually ended up making it about 6 times over several hours until I was satisfied with some sort of shape. So I've cut loads of it out, and as we were going along I thought, okay, is it coming right? Is it not? I'll get a round shape about squashing it. I thought, okay, I've got to get somewhere along the line where at least I'll get some sort of eye sockets in. And a nose socket, so I can at least have some type of shape. I thought the hardest thing was, I had to keep changing the daytime. So I have different lights on it. Obviously where you get shadows you can't see certain things at certain times. Even though I had it fixed, as it was shaping I thought I couldn't really see that being made properly or that being made. I kept changing the lights. It made life a lot easier. It made certain parts a lot darker and other parts a lot lighter. I could turn the camera around and see the shape a lot better. I got to this part and I thought, this don't look like a skull, it looks more like ET. But I should do a sci-fi job. Be funny. Or I could do that in the next one. The next part, I'll do sci-fi. We'd have big ET looking down at us. I can't copy it and paste it over. So now I move the skull to the right. And I'm looking at it, I thought, okay, I've definitely got some weird disaster. I'm just checking here, see if I can actually get how wide the eye sockets are. Think about maybe put a path through it, or even a coaster through it. At one date, something different altogether. Bit of fun. So I thought I need to build a forehead up, narrow the face, bring the jawbone down so I can get some teeth in. And the best thing about it is actually where you can actually start learning how really to use the terraforming tool. It's good fun, very difficult. So I've moved on quite a bit. I don't know how long I think it took about an hour to try and get a proper shape as such. Now I'm just trying to bring the nose out and the jawbone out. It was just too flat, looking like ET. And the skull's got to be narrower, a bit more round at the top. It does take time, that's for sure. So now I'm thinking, oh well, it's got to have teeth. So I'll find a small rock, the long small rock. I thought, okay, let's turn them upside down. Have a bit of an angle, give them some teeth. I could have put white ones in now. I thought, no, we just stay with the Western theme, show out a bit. If I wanted to do a proper skull, I would have made one out of white. Could do one later, a snowman one. Looks good when you get teeth in. Have fun. Okay, so now I've got a face. Now I think to myself, okay, what else got to be done? I thought to myself, okay, let's remove those shoulders on the side, which was originally going to be mountains. And I thought, okay, we are doing a Western theme park. Let's put the old cowboy hat on him. It took me a couple of days to make that my mind up on that. I thought, shall I make a hat? Or shall I not make a hat? And I thought, nah, we've got to make a hat. So we make a hat and remove the shoulders, and slowly we get there. took a look at the hat and I thought, okay, it looks more like a tombola hat than a cowboy hat. I've got to make it wider, a bit flatter at the top, and bring it down as it sticks out too far from the head. So, okay, we've got to try and do some work on the hat without destroying the skull. When we get there, we bring the hat right close to the skull, as much as possible, and then we can get some sort of line of where the top of the hat should come down on the skull as well. Now, because I'm now bringing it down, it's now too thick. So I've got to flatten it out again, try and widen it as much as possible. It's all guesswork. I've not actually looked at a cowboy hat to find out exactly what they look like, but I know they're wider. I know one thing, it's glad we've got your undo feature on here. Be a bit of a nightmare otherwise. You're looking at that from there, it's too high. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not seeing the cowboy hat, but I think yeah, it's too high, so I've got to lower it down. Try and get it right as much as possible. But I suppose at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. Fill in the bits what I'm missing. We'll take another look. Try and get a slightly better shape, a bit narrower, that goes around his head. So now just remove those shoulders. I'm looking at the hat. I still think it needs to go wider. I'll have to work on that a bit later. I'll have a check out, I'll cut the pictures on the net and see if it's got to go wider. I am thinking about sticking a feather in the top. And maybe some sort of giant cigar coming out of his mouth. But that's something for later on. So what mood I'm in. Otherwise, I think it come out quite well. Now the other thing is I might put a water. I think about putting water coming down it, and having maybe a roller coaster go through its ears, and then you can see the roller coaster go past through its eyes. But we know we have to work that one out at a later date. Right, let's move on to the station. So now I come back down to this station, which we made a while back. I'm just trying to think. Now, I thought to myself, right, I'm going to make this out of logs. I would like to have done it totally out of logs, but obviously I had to put some base in to obviously get the building zone to come up. It's like to use old brick wall, but that's life. That's always the way the game is. It doesn't, for some bizarre reason, a lot of the items on the building page doesn't actually bring up the blue grid. And when you want to build a building, you want that blue grid because then you can grab loads of items, copy, paste. So the plan is obviously bring the roof up like a triangle roof, both sides, and have some lights hanging down, chandeliers, have some models in there, boxes and flowers and your normal stuff, just to fill up the space. I thought to myself, okay, let's do it analog, see what it looks like. Now in theory you could say, okay, the rain's going to come through there, but it's a theme park. I could just turn around and say it has got some special material on there, you just can't see it. But that's life. And we don't have rain in the game, not yet. It may rain out later date and all the water may well come through the roof. But until then, we'll have to see what Frontier come up with. So now I'm just obviously, I've done loads of the parts, and I just grabbed them all, copy paste, and then I'm now turning them around. Hopefully bring them down onto the other piece. And just got to make sure they're all in line. Now I've got some out of line. Now just adjusting them up, get them correct. It's one of those things when you copy paste and you turn everything around. Don't always go back, especially if you've got a slight angle. Sometimes you put things in and they're not entirely 100% straight. It's looking good. You see there I've got a space. Not perfect. We'll soon change that. So I'm moving the roof around. Just an adjustment, no one's going to notice. So far so good. I nearly made a old mistake, the classic mistake. Okay, let's get the whole roof completed. I thought, I don't know, if I do that, it's going to be very difficult to start putting things inside. So I thought I'll leave the roof off for the time being. Now originally I was obviously going to build this in a mountain. Obviously changed my mind to put the logs on instead. But we do the old coaster a bit later on, which is inside the mountain, which is more fun. So now I've decided, well, it's a train station, I need a clock. I thought I'll make a stand, I'll put the clock on. There's so many items in the game now, it's getting a bit awkward to try and find stuff. And the search engine, well, works to a degree. But you've got to remember what the damn things are called. Just got to remember to put them up the right way. It's all good fun at the end of the day. Then we get the supports in the right position. And I thought to myself, okay, can't just have it like that, we've got to put a piece at the bottom and then a piece at the top. And it's nice and flush. I just want to plug up the station. Looks like it's busy with people coming back and forwards. Now, I have noticed one thing. I did do another test run. Now, I'd say, okay, I think the last episode, so the train station wasn't working. It's got them all built, and no one wants to get on the damn things. Now, I don't know if they fixed it in the patch. But I thought, okay, let's do another test run of the train, run around, and suddenly I got hundreds of people getting on and off the train. I thought, oh, well, that's the first. So I don't know. I can't remember seeing it in the patch notes to fix the train. So I don't know why. For some now reason, they're all jumping on the train, and the last time I tested it, no one wanted to get on the train. It's a bit bizarre. I can't work it out. And the rating's still only in red 3, so it isn't the rating why they got on it. I don't know. Try to make these tables and chairs. There's one of the old shapes got underneath. It's supposed to be brown, but I don't know why it's made yellow. And the chairs are just made with the planks and put a bit of wood underneath, so it's standing up. Something different. They obviously don't ever get used. It's just the way the game is. And there's no tables, like, as I said before, the peeps don't sit on tables. A bit bizarre. Hope we'd able to sort that out. And an update along the line. So then it'd be worth making a restaurant. I'm just getting the chandeliers. And the problem with the chandeliers, they've got all these blinking candles on them. I don't think they light up the area very well. That's me. The way I see it, I just think they're a bit low on lighting. Yeah, I've got an old compass thing now. I'll just stick it on the roof at a later date. So I've got plenty of items in. Let's see what it looks like with the lights in, but I've got 4 of the others there. We have to check as things go on. Now I've got 3. The other 2 don't seem to do absolutely zilch. Not to the floor anyway. In my opinion, I think they would light up a lot higher than that. I don't know. I'm not light expert, but I think we've had this problem in beta. I do remember a lot of people saying in the beta some lights light up a lot, including me. I did stay on the forums, and others don't do really anything. Okay, before someone quotes me, beta, whatever you want to call it. I know people say it's beta, but it's spelled as beta, so that's life. Okay, now let's do the roof. Copy and paste, as I'm not doing everything individuals. That's a dead cert. Grab as many as we can. Move them along. And see if I didn't have that blue grid around, I won't be able to do that. I have to get one at a time. I did end up making a bit of a cock up. I'm going to put the roof on. I never actually checked how high the roof was. I've got one of the old animation cowboys, stuck them up where the door is, and his head was going through the roof. So I thought, oh, here we go. So I had to backtrack, raise the entire roof and everything inside it up quite higher, just to see, well, just to fix the problem. I thought, otherwise we're going to have peeps going along and they're smacking their heads on the roof. So now I moved on. I thought, okay, let's try something there with the other logs, the half-cut logs, see what it looks like on the side. And I thought, no, it's not going to go. It could go, but it's not what I wanted. So I'm looking at something else now. I'll look up the planks, the old-fashioned planks. Well, okay, let's make the sides from scratch, all the way along. Now, it's one of these buildings I thought, no, I don't want to, as I said earlier, I don't want to use the standard wall pieces. I thought, I want to make it out from scratch. That's why I've used the logs for the roof. Now I could have used the planks also for the roof. I think it gets a nice effect with the logs. And then we now just put all these planks together on top of each other. Get one wall done at a time, and then we just copy and paste the whole lot along. Now it would be nice where, I mean, we've got these windows in the game. I can make a frame as such, another piece of glass in the middle, but we don't have no glass, so it's a bit of a sod. I can't make a window, so I've got to basically just grab one off the list. The problem with them, you can't actually look through them, so it's a bit of a sod. And the other thing is that, well, to make it realistic, you've got to put another one on the other side. So I'm just checking, playing around the colours. Try to copy it over and find out they don't always, well, I've noticed it's on quite a few bits. You do a lot of stacking, and then you want to grab them all and move them all to the left or right. They decide to go out a different angle to what you want them to go out. I don't know why. You just click on one of them at a time and they all want to go left or right, no problem. Instead of going at 35 degrees. It's a bit bizarre. But I think that looks quite nice. It's a nice effect. So there we go again. So you don't go straight. I can't work out. There's something along the line where it has a reference saying no, you can't do that. I don't know what it is. I'm just adding a bit of framework. Give it some, well, makes it so it don't look so plain around the outside. Now I did actually look up my old Wikipedia. So how old are log cabins made in America and what they were like. It's very, very hard to find a picture. Now obviously I did read up where basically they did have log roofs, but they used animal hides on top. Unfortunately we don't have animal hides. Not more just on top, it's about everywhere really. They keep the weather out. And as time went on, they showed you some buildings where I said like 1870, 1700s. But they actually changed the roof to tiles. So I thought, well, that is not exactly how it was when it was built. So I could in theory say, well, this train station is built correctly. And with that, they might add animal hides, so I can throw some animal hides on top. But so far, so good. I quite like it. I like it as it is. I might make some more buildings like this. Like I said, the worst thing can happen is that the Frontier add weather effects later date, and it rains, and the rain will probably come through the roof. It won't be classed as a roof. And that'd be quite funny then. But we'll have to see. In the meantime, I'm not going to change it. So I thought, now I made a roof, I thought, okay, it'd be nice if I had a bit of a cover going above the train. So as you obviously do, you just get out, you don't get wet, as such. I thought this would be fun. I thought, okay, it's above the train because it doesn't allow you to actually go any lower. I thought that'd be nice. I thought we'll try and get 10 at a time. Slowly, and we just grab them all and just copy paste as we've done with the roof. I thought that's nice. The train's just come along. Get some sort of reference to what it looks like. Don't look too bad. I would like to have a bit of an angle, but as I got to the end here, I thought I'll tilt it forward slightly. Even though there's a lot of bits, I thought, okay, I can't tilt it forward anymore because it's hitting the train. It says no, can't go that way. I thought, oh, that's a bit of a sod. I thought, well, at least it stopped me from moving every single one of them. Well, it don't look bad. At the end of the day, I was thinking about making one on the other side, and I've decided to leave the building empty that side. I suppose what I could do, I could build a bridge. What I should do really, go from one side of the platform to the other. That'd be fun. I'll have to build the bridge from scratch. Get run over by the train. Bit of VR. I thought to myself, well, since I made that bit sticking out above the train, I'll put one on the front porch. And I thought, well, maybe a bit short because the stairs stick out a long old way. So it's like, okay, what shall we do now then? Shall we go all the way forward or just do a short one? So I made a short one, and I decided, well, I better check it. I should have peeps don't smack their heads on top, and it's definitely too short. And the other thing is, obviously, it adds a visual thing. Being too low, you won't be able to see people come upstairs, as such. So I thought, okay, let's do the awkward thing. Just grab all of them, lift them up a bit of a way, solve problem. And that's when you've got 50 of these items to pick up, it can be a bit difficult. Problem with these old grab tool, you end up grabbing anything else but the items you want. You've got to do all one by one. Now we've got to solve the problem, got to get it right. And we just pick it up just enough but don't smack them on the head. And that obviously you can see down below. Problem solved. And just got to move it a bit in, which obviously now sticks out. And this is where my mouse starts going a bit nuts. As I said before, some odd reason, I don't know why, the mouse goes really fast in certain areas of the map. I don't know why, it just does. So, that's not bad. Now I've got to think about, do I leave it like that, or do I extend it? I thought, well, now we've got them all, I thought we might as well extend it to the base. And we'll have that bit on the right hand side there, where the old cowboy is. Only one piece sticking out, because otherwise we have the same problem as before. It comes down and he can't see nothing. And he chops his head off. I don't think it's too bad. I do need to put in the supports. So I'm going to have to make some for this one. I could use the supports I've already got, but now I'll just make some from scratch. So yeah, so basically the plan is obviously now the train track's now working properly, and obviously got the path coming all the way this end, and we'll come up here and hopefully get on the roller coaster, get on another ride. Think about making another train track, but as a train ride, to the left or to the right. I made my mind up yet. Going around. A bit like the old go-kart thing. I'm looking at that there and it's like, oh, that ain't straight. Is that an angle? What's going on there? It's definitely on a tilt. Problem solved. Delete bottom one and copy, not destroy the first one. To the floor and done. So I thought I'd make a bit of a log wall, retaining wall, basically, and I put some floor pieces in. And actually go through the inside of the station, but they're underneath the floor, so you won't see them. It's slightly too wide. Basically, for looks, all it is. Nothing special. You don't have to do anything like that. I could have left it as it was. Make sure I don't stick over the stairs. Let me just bring it round to the right. And I might put some steps in. I don't plan to. At the end of the day, the only people we can get there will be the workmen. That's the way it goes. Now just got to get the heavy supports in. So it looks like it's not going to fall down. And now I've got to extend this under the arch as well. I should do that at a later date. Just got to move it slightly. When you copy paste and you move them left or right, you end up getting flashing if they're longer, they're too long. So get around it, you just push it back slightly, then they won't be at the same level and won't get rid of flashing together. So it's not looking too bad now. That's come out okay. Only things I've not done, I want to change the colour again of my wall panel. I don't like it. I think the build itself is a bit one colour. Needs to be brightened up somewhere along the line. We should do that very soon. Okay, I'll leave some pictures and with the new colour of the train station. And we've seen plenty of pictures of the Scull. And I will leave it there, and I will see you in the next episode. Blitz out.